That's my Kobe. I'm Phil Jackson, goddammit.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jillian with Complex, and I am joined by two of hip-hop's biggest superstars. They're here to celebrate the launch of their gin and juice canned cocktail and celebrate the 30th anniversary of their iconic song. Please welcome Dre and Snoop. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do you have an early memory of the first time you had a good time off gin and juice?
I've had so many, you know.
This nigga got too many. Mines were more distinctive, you know what I'm saying? Like, being in the studio with them, I wasn't like a heavy gin drink. I used to buy like the little small baby bottle or whatnot, but getting with him, you would get like super faded, and it was like, it would bring the best out of us. And I remember like writing songs like very intoxicated, but the things that I wrote were dope as fuck.
Yeah.
So the gin was very influential.
Yeah, let's just say there's very few songs that we made sober. If any, I don't.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I have none.
So it's fair to say the gin gets the creative juices flowing.
I don't know if that's the core to the creativity or to the inspiration.
To that inspiration, to that era.
Yeah, it just helps. It makes the studio fun. It's like we always wanted to feel like a party and what have you.
Yeah.
So.
And you guys are still partying now. So 30 years later, obviously you guys, I want to say, are brothers at this point. What has been the key to your friendship lasting this long?
Trust, respect, love.
Myself, Snoop, and Jimmy, we're all in this place where we're good. We don't need to do anything. We don't need anything else. And why not just have something else to have fun and get our creative juices flowing? This was one of the things that we decided to land on. And it's crazy, ironically, it's right at the time when we're working on Snoop's next album, Missionary, after all this time. So all of these things, the planets are lining up. And after 30 years, believe it or not, man, this is our first time working on an album in 30 years. I did Doggy Style for him 30 years ago. We've done things in between, the song here and there, and did shows and shit, but this is the first time that we got together and worked on an entire album in 30 years. I feel like it's some of the best music I've ever made, and I'm really proud of it.
Comparing Snoop from Doggy Style Snoop to Missionary Snoop, what evolution have you seen?
It's just a certain level of maturity that I think people are gonna really enjoy and understand when they hear the record.
Is it still G-Funk?
I'm not sure. That's a label that the public gave the music, G-Funk. I don't know if I'd like to call it that. I'm not sure what to call it. I'll just say it's a level of maturity that comes along with the production, with the musicianship, with the lyrics, with Snoop's performance and all of that. And it's a step above, which it should be at this age with us.
True. Not that you're old, but yes, true.
We're wise, baby.
Yes, aging like fine wine.
Yeah, we're wiser.
Snoop, I read that you still get nervous showing Dre your works, projects, songs.
Anything that I do outside of him, I don't want him to hear it.
Really?
Because he's so critical, he's so like, he's a perfectionist, and it's like, that's why I chose to work with him on this project rather than try to do something on the outside and be like, what you think about this, Dre? No, why not just go let him produce me and give me the greatest experience I can have? Because when I work with other producers, they get close, but they can't do what he do.
I guess you could call it perfection, but I want things right. And perfection, I'll be honest with you, it's just something I use to waste time. Not waste time, to buy time. Perfectionism. I don't know if anything can ever be perfect, you know. I don't even want it to be perfect because humans aren't perfect, so the music shouldn't be. It has to be right for everybody that's involved. Right now, it's 3 parties involved, me, Snoop, and Jimmy. If all 3 of us are loving it, then we go.
But it can't be 2 to 1, it's gotta be 3 to 0.
Everybody has to sign off.
It can't be 2 to 1, it's gotta be 3-0.
For every
it's
song,
all of us.
It can't be 2-1 on nothing. It has to be all, and
it's all of our record. It's me, Jimmy, and Snoop. This is us.
Everything we do, it has to be 3-0. It's always perfection when it's 3-0.
I mean, yeah, it's clearly worked. It's brought you so much success.
I love being in the trifecta with these guys because I have less work to do. I can just be Snoop Dogg when I'm with them. Like I don't have to be the thinker, the manager, the orchestrator, the creator. I can just be the fucking talent.
And that's where the trust comes in. He has to trust us, which means I can't fuck up, and we're gonna show up.
We on our A game. Like we bring the best out of each other. Like when we're together, we're great. I'm great when I'm with Dr. Dre. When I'm not with Dr. Dre, I'm good. And I know that this gives the people what they want. They enjoy it.
Yeah.
But whenever I step into a place with him, I just feel the energy just change. It's like I have my superhero friend with me, my super friend is with me, and now I can do less work but get bigger attention.
And this is not us just talking shit. This is the reality. This is how it is with us.
I believe
We're not
that.
just doing this shit for the cameras. That's how it really is.
You created like a safe space for all these people to be their full self.
Absolutely.
Knowing that you've already created this space and everyone is just like reaching their creative peaks, what does success look like for this album? Is it like sales, or has the success already happened in just making it with the team of people that you love and care about?
I'm glad you asked that question, because the industry nowadays, you can't tell what a sale is. Which the last 5 years, I never cared about a sale. I was more about what it feel like.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you? Does it make you have a moment in time to where if I see you 5 years from now and you tell me when you made Missionary, you got me through this, or it was so dope that you did this. I'm about the feeling in the moment rather than a sale.
Do you feel like that's why you've lasted so long?
Yeah, because I never counted the numbers and I never watched my highlights because I always had a game to play the next day.
Period.
I'm always looking for the producers to come to me like, how the fuck did you get that snare drum to sound like that? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm always trying to inspire the producers and the guys to do what I do.
You know what's crazy? I did a little concert for somebody in Hollywood, right? Paul McCartney was there. So I never met him before, but I'm a fucking fan of the Beatles. I know Jimmy know him, Dre know him. So I'm in the back smoking, and they like, Sir Paul would like to meet you. I'm like, oh, for real, hold on. I put the blunt out, cuz walk in the room like, don't put that down. He give me a hug and he meet me, and it's like, I'm like, fuck, Paul McCartney know who the fuck Snoop Dogg is.
Well, you're Snoop Dogg.
No, you're not listening to me. Fuck who Snoop Dogg is. This is Paul McCartney. Like, he knows who I am. That's the experience that I love, is when the people that you respect you. And that's only from doing quality shit.
So would you do a collab with Paul McCartney?
Fuck yes, at a heartbeat. Ebony and Ivory, what? The girl is mine, what do you want to do?
In a Compton minute.
Like a motherfucker.
Well, okay, so to that point, would you go back and do a song with Stevie Wonder? Because I know that you turned that down.
You know what? It's crazy because I bumped into Stevie Wonder a couple of times, and he calls me like, when you
That
coming to
nigga
my
said I
house?
bumped into him a couple times.
Yeah, stop it. He pulled up on me at a restaurant. I heard you been talking about me.
No, that nigga's a jokester.
You know what? Yeah, Stevie is so fucking fun, man, and he's like one of my heroes. I would absolutely go in there with him. I don't know what I would do. What do I do in the room with Stevie Wonder? You know, that's one of my heroes. And I was always taught that maybe you shouldn't meet your heroes.
What about that
It
song?
might change the perspective.
Been Through the Storm. Did you mix that?
What's
I've been through the storm, through the coming rain.
I think so.
It's on Busta Rhymes album.
Yeah. I did.
Because Stevie Wonder was on that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'm talking about being in the room together.
Y'all wasn't together on that? That shit
I haven't
sound
been in the
hard
same
as a
room with,
motherfucker.
but you know, yeah, it's like being in the room with Stevie Wonder is like, yeah.
Well, I've been in the room with the nigga before. I got for real so motherfucking high. He left me in there with the nigga, and he in there doing this shit, and nobody in there
Don't
helping the
do
nigga.
that.
No,
No.
for real. He left the nigga there. I'm like, what you want me to do? I ain't no producer. Well, play the harmonica.
So that's a soft yes.
Soft yes.
Okay.
Probably gonna happen. I have to have that experience.
Snoop, your albums have always set the tone for your fashion choices. Can we expect any changes?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm glad you asked. Yes. We just shot some shit for this gin and juice ad. That's gonna be my new look. That motherfucker was pimping. It was like 3-piece with the coat over the top.
Yeah.
Like real grown and like mature, like, you know, fashion statement, runway model like shit, like $30,000 suits every time I step out. The look has to match the music, like next level shit.
Who do you think comes close, because you are like one of my fashion icons. Who do you think comes close to you in like our generation, rappers?
Pharrell.
Really?
I like his shit. Pharrell
Yeah.
is dope as fuck. Even when he was wearing that big ass hat, that shit
I like
was,
that era.
That shit
That was a
dope.
good era,
Like,
yeah.
The skateboards, just like the shit that he do, and now he's in Paris doing the Louis Vuitton shit. Like P is different to me. I like his fashion choices. They're very masculine.
Y'all like that hat?
When he popped the hat?
Yeah.
That shit-
Arby's called and said, I want my hat back.
Stop.
I swear to God.
I just like the fact that his fashion translate globally.
I like his fearlessness. That's
Globally.
So obviously being from Compton, I have to ask you a couple of questions about Compton and the Not Like Us video and everything that went down. Vince Staples recently did an interview where he said that it's always been unified. Like gangs have always looked out for each other and now we're just seeing it on camera. Would you say that that's true?
Well, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I think Kendrick was able to bring that together for that moment. Hopefully that moment can move forward. I'm not sure if that's gonna be possible or not because it's gonna take just more than just one event to get that accomplished. Once it's done, everybody goes home to their home teams. And then
But this feels different a little bit, no?
It does feel different, but hopefully it can continue.
I'll say this, I say what Vince is saying is that a lot of neighborhoods have been uniting for a long time behind closed doors. But what Kendrick did was he united the whole city based off of him being a king, taking this violent situation, which is a rap beef, and creating peace and giving the homies the opportunity to come on stage, to engage in his video, to be a part of his movement, and to also move like he moves. Because if you're gonna move with Kendrick, you gotta move like Kendrick. He's about peace, he's about love. He ain't from no gang, he's from a city full of gangs and he unites cities. So that's what this was about. So it's a good move for the whole, West Coast culture as far as rap is concerned because violence has always been the lead thing for us on our side. So if you could take a violent rap or a violent song and create peace out of it, he should be commended for that.
Last question, what's the motivating factor for you guys at this point in your careers?
I got 12 grandkids, and that's my motivation, to make sure that I can be a good grandfather to them, to be able to enjoy their life without me doing so much work, to be able to create things for them that wasn't created for me and to give them a head start instead of starting from the back of the line.
My motivating factor is to not be defined by some of the mistakes I've made in my life, I guess when I was in my 20s and what have you, just to move forward and strive to get better and better, to give back, and hopefully there's some more Snoop Doggs and Dr. Dre's and Eminems and Kendrick Lamar's out there that I can help get the mission accomplished and keep moving forward.
Amen.
And Dr. Dre is the greatest coach in hip-hop history. He coached a lot of careers, he won a lot of championships. He is the greatest coach to ever coach hip-hop.
Amen. And before we...
That's my Kobe.
When can
I'm
we
Phil
expect
Jackson,
the album?
goddammit.
When does the album drop, Snoop?
The album will drop later this year, before Christmas.
A nice Christmas to all of us.
It'll be this year.
Thank you guys
Definitely
so much.
this year.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Niggas saying
You're
before
beautiful.
Christmas,
Thank you
they
so
like,
much.
damn, that's
Thank
a
you.
fucked up date. Right. But nigga, you gonna have it be. As long as you get it before Christmas, like that gives
This
us time
Oh
to get
yeah,
it right.
that's very vague.
Definitely this year.
Okay.
Jingle
Yeah.
bells.
Pinky swear. We locked in.
Bang, you got that shit before Christmas. You
Yep,
locked up.
yep.
You
There
got
we go.
that. Bang,
All right,
you
mama.
got that.
All right.